Hello everyone, welcome to PhysicaTube. This is a video of basics of MATLAB, and in continuation of the previous video, here I will discuss how to create vectors and matrices in MATLAB. So let us start with the first thing, that is how to create a vector. So if I write a vector x, then for a row vector I will write 1 2 3 like this, then you will get answer as a row vector. And if I put semicolon after every entry like this, then you will get a column vector. It means with semicolon you will enter into the next row. So this is the first thing, first way to create a vector. The entries are in your hand. And other way of creating a vector is a command that is called line space. So if x is a vector and I am giving command line space, so then here at the first point you have to write the initial value, then the final value, and then the number of points you want to generate in a vector. So in this way you will get the 10 points. It means this command has divided the interval 0 to 20 into 10 values. Other command is, so if I write x goes from 0 to 20, then you will get values from 0 to 20 and with spacing equal to 1. So here if you are not giving the spacing, then it will automatically take spacing equal to 1. And if I write x equal to 0, 2 and 20, it means I am going from 0 to 20 with spacing equal to 2. So now you will get the answer like this. So here this is first value, this is spacing, and third thing is the last value. But in line space command, then first point is first value, then final value, and then number of points you want to generate. Next command is log space. Log space creates a vector which are logarithmically spaced. If I write log space 0, 3, 4, it means I will get values from 0 to 3 and with 4 points. The answer is this. It means this is 10 power 0, second is 10 power 1, 10 power 2, 10 power 3. So whenever you will take log of this vector, you will get answer 0, 1, 2, 3. Another example is if I write log space 0 to let us say 5 with 6 values, then you will get answer like this. It means whenever you will take log of this vector, you will get values from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 5. So this is log space. So whenever we give any of these commands, you don't have to write the square matrix. But if you are combining two vectors together, which is called concatenation of vectors, then you have to write the square bracket also. For example, if I am writing y goes from 2 to with difference of 3 to 27, any value you can write, and another vector, let us say 30, starting value is 30 with decrement of minus 2, you are going to 0. Now in these two vectors, the first vector has spacing equal to 3 and the second vector has spacing equal to 2. Minus 2 means the vector is decreasing, value is decreasing from 30, and the last value is 0 with spacing of 2. So in this case both the vectors have different spacing, and it means you are concatenating two vectors, then the answer is this, and here you have to use the square bracket. But in other way, if you are writing a single vector, suppose I am writing a vector from 4 to with difference of 4 and up to 40, so here I don't have any need to write a square bracket. So this is all the possible ways with which you can write a vector in MATLAB. Next thing is how to enter a matrix. So let us write a matrix A, which is a 3 cross 3 matrix. The entries would be like 1, 2, 3. This is first row, then semicolon means we are entering in the next row, then we give next entries, then next row and next entries. So this is one way of writing a matrix in MATLAB. The other way is that you can write a matrix like this also. Let us say B is equal to 1 3 5. Then instead of writing semicolon, press enter. Then you will enter in the next row and write the values, entries of the next row. Then press enter and you enter in the next row, and this is a 3 cross 3 square matrix. So you will get answer, that is matrix B. So either you can put a semicolon or you can press enter, you will enter in the next row. So these are the two ways. Third way is, if your matrix entries are very large, in that case you can use these three dots, which is called continuation or ellipsis in MATLAB. And here if I'm writing a matrix C with entries like 1 2 3 4, then 5 6, and then I put these three dots, which is represent the continuation, and then press enter and enter in the next row, then semicolon. These are the entries of the third row. So even in this way you can get a matrix. So these are the three ways of entering a matrix. Next thing that I will discuss is the manipulation of matrix, that is how to get a particular element of a matrix, how to delete a particular element or row or a column vector out of a matrix, how to extract a submatrix out of a matrix, or how to replace a particular part or particular submatrix of a matrix with another matrix of your choice. So all these things I am going to discuss. So first thing is, if you want to extract an element from a matrix, for example I want to extract this element 6 from matrix C. I will write position of this element, that is second row and third column, second row and second column, C2 comma 2. So I will get answer 6. Similar way you can extract other elements also. For example, if I want to extract this 5, then I will write C, this is third row and third column, 3 comma 3. So you will get the answer 5. So it means you have to specify the position of the element. This first digit is row and this second is column. Now next thing is how to extract a particular submatrix from a matrix. So if I want to extract this submatrix 6 7 5 6, this one, then what command I will give? C, this is, you can see, second row and third row. So at the row side, left side, I will write second and third row, then comma, and column, this is third column and this is fourth column. So I will write 3 column 4. Column means 3 and 4. So in continuation with difference of 1, 2 column 3 means 2 and 3, 3 column 4 means 3 and 4, and you will get this matrix extracted 6 7 5 6 entries. Similarly, if I want to extract this part of the matrix 1 2 5 6, then I will write C, first row, this is my first row and second row. So 1 column 2, and this is my first column and second column, means 1 column 2. So now you will get answer 1 2 5 6. This is this part of this 2 cross 2 submatrix of matrix C. You can also extract this submatrix second and third row. Then I will write the command C, second row and third row, 2 column 3, and all the columns. So for that I will use column. So you can see I have extracted this part 5 6 6 7 3 4 5 6, this part of the matrix. So here on the right side you can use column, or other way is you can use all the columns, means 1 to 4, because we have 4 columns. So then even you will get the same answer. Next thing is how to delete a particular part or particular submatrix of a matrix. So this is matrix C. Suppose I want to delete these 2 columns, first and second column. It means first and second column and all rows. So I will give command C column, column means all rows, and first and second column 1 2, then I will write it as an empty matrix. So you can see now out of this matrix C, these first two columns get deleted, and this is the rest part. Similarly, I can replace a particular part of a matrix with the help of another submatrix. For example, if this is C matrix and I want to replace these four elements, second row, third row, and first and second column. So this particular part of the matrix I want to replace with another matrix, another submatrix. I will write C, this is second and third row, and first and second column, 1 colon 2 equal to. So you can see this part, this lower part is replaced with the matrix I have entered. So in this way you can replace a submatrix of a matrix. You can also delete not the rows and columns in continuation, but you can pick specific rows and columns also. For example, if I take a matrix A, as we have already written this matrix, and you want to delete first column and third column, then the command is A, first and third column means all the rows, column means all the rows, and first column means 1. So you have to write it within a square bracket. If the columns or rows are not in continuation, then that particular number, the position, you have to write it within the square bracket. So now you can see this is the first row, this is the first column, this is the third column, and if you want to delete it, you will write it equal to empty matrix. So it means the first and the third columns are deleted, and the rest matrix A is this. So you have got matrix A with single column only. So in this way you can choose the rows and columns in continuation, or you can also choose specific rows and columns which you want to delete or which you want to replace with the help of another submatrix. You can also put this is equal to like another submatrix with 3 rows and 2 columns, that is, let us say 4 5 6. Now you will see that I have to write here 3 rows, means 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now you can see that I have generated a matrix A whose first, second and third row and first and third column are given. In this way you can generate a matrix. You can also generate a matrix from a single element. For example, if I write B3 comma 3 equal to 5, then you will get a matrix B generated. Since B is already defined, so I have to given some another name. Suppose I am generating a matrix element 3 comma 3 and this is equal to 5. Now you can see this matrix X is generated with 3 columns, 3 rows, and all the entries are 0 except the third row, third column entry. Now you can also give another entries one by one. So if I write x1 comma 2 equal to 3, then you can see that you have 3 at this point, first row and second column. So you can modify the matrix. First you have generated the matrix from a single element, then you can add on the elements one by one, or similarly you can generate a matrix from a particular vector also, and that is, if I am generating a matrix G which is equal to the third row and all the columns of this matrix I am defining, let us say 1 1 1. Now you can see this matrix has been generated from this single column, and now you can add the another entries also. So this is also a way of generating a matrix. So till now I have explained how to create a vector, how to create a matrix, and how to manipulate a matrix, means rows or columns of a matrix, and you can replace submatrices of a defined matrix. So next thing is there are some other ways of creating matrix which are called utility matrices. So some commands are there for utility matrices. For example, if you want to generate an identity matrix, the command is I. If I write I3, then I will get an identity matrix with diagonal elements 1 and all other elements 0. So this is a square matrix with 3 rows 3 columns. If I write I3 comma 4, then you will get a 3 cross 4 matrix, but the fourth column has all the entries equal to 0. Another matrix which you can generate with the help of simple command zeros is a matrix with all entries 0. So I can write zeros 4 comma 5, then I will get a 4 cross 4 5 matrix with all entries 0. Here if you are generating a square matrix, then you have to write only one digit. Suppose if I write 0 3, it means it is understood that this matrix has 3 rows and 3 columns. If the number of rows and columns are different, then you have to specify. Here the first digit is number of rows, this second digit is number of columns. Next command is ones. In this way you can create a matrix with all entries equal to 1. So if I write 1 3, you will get a matrix with all entries 1. Another command is random. With this command you can generate a random matrix. So if I write rand 3 comma 4, 3 rows and 4 column matrix with all entries as random numbers. Every time you give this command, the previous matrix is overwritten with the help of rand command. So if I write a is equal to rand 3 comma 4, you will get this. If again I write the same command, now this previous a matrix has been overwritten with this next command. Now my matrix A is this matrix. So in this way, with the help of rand command, you can generate a matrix. You don't have to give all the entries one by one. Simply give the rand command and you will get the matrix of desired dimension. Next command is diag. With this command you can extract the diagonal of a matrix. If I write diag A, you will get the diagonal. Diagonal is this. This is a 3 cross 4 matrix, so it will extract this diagonal 0.9, 0.6 and 0.8, these entries only. And you can also extract the upper of diagonal and lower of diagonal of a matrix. So for example, let us write a matrix C that is previously there in the workspace, or let me define a square matrix first. This is a 3 cross 3 matrix. Now if I write diag C, the diagonal element is extracted. If I want to extract the upper of diagonal, I will write diag C comma 1. 1 means first upper of diagonal, that is 2 and 6. So you will get answer 2 6. If I want to extract the lower of diagonal, that is these elements 4 and 7, then I will write minus here. Minus means lower of diagonal, lower first of diagonal, that is 4 and 7. Now if I want to extract second upper of diagonal, then the command is C comma 2. This is second upper of diagonal 3. You can see here. Also in the similar way you can extract this element. This is the second lower of diagonal, then I will write the command diag C comma minus 2. Now let me generate a matrix, let us say B, with the help of all the commands I have mentioned. I will take ones matrix. Ones 3 means this is a 3 cross 3 matrix. Then I will write zeros 2. It means this is a 2 cross 2 sub matrix of matrix B. Then I will go in the next rows. So I have to write here zeros 3 comma 2, because in the first this ones command I have 3 rows. Here also I should have 3 rows. So there are total 3 rows and 5 columns till now. Now in the next row I will write I3 and next I will write rand 3 comma 2. So let us see the result. In this way I have generated this matrix B. And with the help of diag command we can also generate a matrix. So suppose I am writing a vector D with entries like this, then a vector D1, then a vector D2. So I have 3 vectors d, d1, d2, and now if I want to generate a matrix D and I am writing a command diag D, means D vector I want to place it on the diagonal of matrix capital D, and then I want to place D1 on the first upper of diagonal D1 comma 1, and then I want to place D2 on the second lower of diagonal because it has two elements, so you can place it either on the second upper of diagonal or on the second lower of diagonal. So if I press enter, I will get this answer. So here you can see 2 4 6 8 at the diagonal the matrix D, at the first upper of diagonal the matrix D1 matrix or vector, and on the second lower of diagonal the vector D2. Similarly, if I write here -1 and here +2, it means now my D1 will be first lower of diagonal and D2 will be second upper of diagonal. Now the answer will be this. So you can see this is opposite. Here this is first upper of diagonal, this comes on the on this place first lower of diagonal, and this second lower of diagonal goes on the place of second upper of diagonal. So in this way, with the help of diag command also you can generate a matrix. So these are all the different ways of generating or creating vectors and matrices. There are some other ways of manipulation of a matrix. Let us discuss all the operations one by one. Suppose we have a matrix A which has 2 rows and 3 columns, and the first command is rotate a matrix by 90 degree. So I will write ROT 90A. You will get this answer, means this last column vector, it comes as a first row vector, then next column vector as second row vector, and then next column as third row. So it means it rotates the matrix by 90 degree. Let us take some other example. If I have a matrix B with dimensions 3 cross 3, and then I apply the same operation ROT 90B, so here I will get the answer like this. So here you can also see 3 5 8, which is a column, it comes as a first row, then second column as second row, and first column and third row. So the last column will become the first row always. This is rotation of a matrix. Other operation is flip. So you can flip a matrix from left to right and from up to down. So left to right is flip LR. If I do flip LR A, I will get this answer. So my matrix A is this. So left to right flip means the extreme right column becomes the first column, and the extreme left column becomes the right column. So there is left to right flip. Similarly, you can use the command flip up to down. So flip up down means flip UD, flip UD A, then you will get this answer, means upper row becomes the lowest row and lowest row becomes the upper row. So this is the second command. Then you can also extract the lower triangular and upper triangular part of a matrix. So if I have a matrix B which I have already written, so if I give command TRILB, means lower, I want to extract the lower triangular part of matrix B, then this is the answer, because B matrix is this, and this is lower triangular part where I have the upper triangular entries 0, 2 3 5 becomes 0. Similarly, if I write TRILUB, then you can see the lower triangular part becomes 0 and we will get only the upper triangular part of matrix B. And the last command in this case is reshape. Suppose I want to reshape matrix B and I have to write the rows and columns. 1 comma 9, because B is a 3 cross 3 matrix. So if I want to reshape a matrix, then the condition is the product of rows and columns. So if a matrix has P rows and Q columns, you can reshape it into M cross n dimension matrix with this condition, that the product of rows and columns remains equal. So if I have a 3 cross 3 matrix, I can reshape it as a 1 cross 9 matrix or as a 9 cross 1 matrix. If I have a 4 cross 4 matrix, so the ways of reshaping that matrix is, I can reshape this matrix as 2 cross A matrix, 8 cross 2, or 16 cross 1 and 1 cross 16. So these are the 4 ways of reshaping a 4 cross 4 matrix. Means the product should remain equal to 16. So let us take an example of 4 cross 4 matrix. Matrix C is equal to, I want to reshape this matrix as 2 cross 8, 2 comma 8. So you can see matrix C is reshaped as 2 rows and 8 columns. Similarly, I can do in the other way, 8 comma 2. So now it is reshaped as 8 rows and 2 columns, and the other two ways is 1 comma 16 and 16 comma 1. So this is all about the matrix manipulation. Thank you.